this is Jill Kachadia.
And this is Karishma Pandita.
Welcome you to Virasat Season 2.0, the Alumni podcast series, where conversation go beyond the milestone.
In this world where industries are rapidly transforming through technology and real business models, the ability to continuously adapt is a real measure of success.
And that's exactly today's conversation is special about it. We are joined by an alumnus who has spent over 3 decades in the financial service by navigating changes, building businesses, and leading large teams across regions.
From the early stages of her career to as her current role as a senior vice president and zonal head at Mirae Asset Sharekhan, where she oversees multi-state operations, a large client base, and a diverse team. Her journey reflects both scale and depth of experience, and we are truly honored to welcome Ms. Anahita Vora, ma'am.
What makes her story even more compelling is the range of roles she has taken, both entrepreneurial thinking and organizational leadership.
To formally welcome our distinguished alumnus, I would like to invite Yes Saidani, member of Alumni Relations Committee, to kindly felicitate ma'am. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Ma'am, now we will begin with session 1, which is Journey and Foundation.
Ma'am, before we start, I would like to know your journey and how did you feel that your journey from FMS-B from the initial days till now, where you are standing today?
So good morning, everybody. And first of all, thank you for calling me over here on this Virasat episode. I think you had written very well, rekindle, reconnect, and remember. I think that those are exactly the emotions which I feel today, and I'm very happy to be in the faculty today after a gap of so many years. Well, 92 was the year when I completed my MBA, and I think at that point in time, when you are just out of college, not many MBA institutes were there back then. And I think Baroda Faculty of Management Studies had a very good reputation. We had good placements, and there were a lot of dreams that we had, which we wanted to, follow. We wanted to grow in our careers. So in the initial part of the journey, I loved this city. I'm basically from Bharuch, and I had come to Baroda to do my BCom and then my MBA. I wanted to pursue my career over here, and since that was the time when the financial services industry, the IPO, that was those IPO era when a lot of IPOs used to come. Merchant banking was the in thing. I had specialized in finance, and that is where I got an opportunity. So for a couple of years, I worked in the merchant banking division with a local company called SDFC Securities. But then, you always want to do something else. You always want to do something more. And Citibank, through its DSA, wanted to launch operations in Baroda. And a very dear friend, in fact, our senior, Mr. Panchul Kothari, came to me with this opportunity that there is somebody looking for young, dynamic person who would be able to head these operations. And I took up that challenge, and for 5 years I was working with a company called Calcita Futuristic Services Limited. We were DSS for Citibank. And in this Baroda town, we launched a lot of products like Citibank car loans, personal loans, Citibank credit cards. Well, all these things were new at that time. Multinational bank coming to a B town and kind of setting up these products. I think from finance, I gradually moved more towards marketing. I did a lot of marketing. I think most of my career I've done marketing of financial products. Since then, I think that was a very competitive era, and at that point in time, just those new cars, those cars which had tie-ups and which had the foreign technology coming in, so those were getting launched. So it was very competitive who would finance those cars. So went and met clients across Baroda, launched all these products and did this work almost for 5 years. Very fierce marketing, and you want to just pick up the case before anybody else takes it. So those were the early years. And then when I got my second son, I took a sabbatical for a few months, and I was just wondering what I would do. That was the year 2000. And then, broking was the in thing at that time, and brokers wanted to set up offices in different cities. And that is when Sharekhan was just born in the year 2000. The original firm was SSKI Investor Services Private Limited. So that is where I basically took up a franchise for a couple of years, was a franchisee for them. In the field of broking, marketing was unheard of. But the 5 years of fierce marketing that I had done as a broker, I started moving out to acquire clients. I mean, my partner who came from a typical broker would tell me nobody does this, nobody goes out to get clients in broking industry. But that was me. I mean, I wanted to grow very fast. I wanted to have a client base very fast, and I wanted to be different. So started doing a lot of marketing activities, and then started gathering clients. That's when Sharekhan decided to set up branches, and they approached me if I would be ready to convert into a branch. Baroda became the 5th branch in the country for Sharekhan. Today we have almost 125 branches across the country, more than 4,000 business partners. So that's when my actual journey in my career with Sharekhan began. I became a branch manager at Baroda, set up branches, and then never looked back. Started setting up branches in this entire region, whether it was Baroda, Anand, Bharuch, Ankleshwar, many branches in Ahmedabad at that point in time, Nadiyat, Adidam, Bhuj. And as the journey moved ahead, I kept moving ahead the corporate ladder also, from branch manager, just because I mean I was very active doing this business. I became a cluster head, and then while I'm always a profit center head, doing work with teams, clients, and then in the last, I think since the year 2023, I've been a zonal head with Sharekhan. We have 4 zones at Mirae Asset Sharekhan. So I initially started with the West Zone, which is Mumbai, rest of Maharashtra and Goa, with additional responsibility of Gujarat. So for almost 2 years, 1.5 to 2 years, I worked out of Mumbai. And I think today, since last 1.5 years, I take care of the Northwest Central Zone, which is Gujarat, Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh, and Chhattisgarh. So I think it has been a very exciting journey. Always believed in working with a lot of dedication, hard work, and I think those paid results in the long run. And I think it has been very, very fruitful and fulfilling 30 plus years of corporate life. I would like to say that.
Indeed, a journey of all the ups and downs.
Yes, I mean, I think ups and downs are a part of anybody's life, whether it is professional life or personal life. In the finance industry and especially globally, we've seen a lot of ups and downs from Harshad Mehta's scam. That's when we were just out of college.
Yes.
So we've seen those days and Lehman Brothers, and we've seen the Kargil war days and demonetization and COVID and the Ukraine war and what you are seeing right now. So we've seen it all, yes. Right.
You began your career at time when the financial ecosystem in India was still evolving. Without structure or clear benchmark, how did you build confidence in your decision at early on?
I think it's a lot of decisions that you take depends on the environment your organization gives you. Okay, when you want to grow, I mean, when we were growing the Sharekhan brand over here, when we were establishing offices, a lot of freedom was given to me by my bosses at that point in time. Okay, I was a dreamer. I wanted to do big. I wanted to make Sharekhan the best in the city. But unless I would be allowed to do that as a very young person, I would not have probably achieved wherever I am today. So one is belief. I mean, we had seen that at that point in time with Dr. Manmohan Singh coming in, the economic situation was changing. Everybody had started talking positive about India, how the Indian economy can change and grow. And we were also studying what was happening abroad in US, what was the scope of the finance field, right? I mean, how the brokers were established over there and what was the opportunity in India. So, and just because of the size of the country, just because of the economic reforms that had started happening, there was always a lot of scope. But thanks to the organization and thanks to my bosses and thanks to the freedom that I got and the faith that they had in me, I think that played a very important role in what I could do in my entire journey and probably establish the organization the way it is today. So, though it's disorganized, but it is one, the vision, and one's empowerment given to employees to make sure that we take decisions, and not every decision can be right. And there were times we set up branches when there were difficult conditions, we consolidated also, but allowing employees to work. And I think I was very lucky to have my boss, Mr. Tarun Shah, who had a lot of faith in me at that point in time and allowed me to set up the organization at various stages. And I think it has continued. I have been very lucky with good bosses, I can say so.
Ma'am, if you have to identify one belief or one approach or anything that has still remained unchanged till now and you still stick to that belief, so what would that be?
Positive person. I mean, I generally don't like to think negatively that everything is going to end. I mean, I always feel that there is a scope. I mean, I'll tell you, in our journey, I mean, when the discount brokers came up, there was always a question mark: what will happen to brokers like us? We were full service brokers, so what would happen to? I mean, will the brand survive? Similar questions happened at every time we saw the markets fall and we were into a bear phase. Will we survive? But I think at every point in time, my approach is why not? I mean, my approach was always to face the situation. What is it that I will do today which will help me to survive this phase? What is the need of the hour? So, one is having a positive attitude, second is also an aptitude to change yourself. I mean, the world is very dynamic, things are moving so fast. And if you're not ready to change with different management in different situations, in different economic situations, probably then survival becomes difficult. And also, one thing which I learned, sometimes when you learn things, you have to implement also. I mean, I happened to do a course called LMI, Leadership Management International, early part of my career. So they always said, I mean, one of the key things that was taught was anything that you will vividly imagine, ardently desire, sincerely believe, and enthusiastically act upon will inevitably become a past. I mean, I remember this phrase always when I come across something, that if you believe you can do it, and if you passionately pursue it, you can probably definitely.
Ma'am, now we will begin with session two, that is career exploration and specialization. If a management students want to build a long-term career in financial services, what kind of early experiences or roles would you recommend them they should prioritize on?
I think when it comes to work, opportunities are many. Okay. So many times in the corporate world, there is a very thin. I mean, if I talk about myself, I studied finance but did a lot of marketing. And as you go higher up in your career, there is very thin line between there is HR or whether it is finance or whether it is marketing. Because you are going to be taking care of an entire organization. So as opportunities come your way, rather than being too selective, it is important that you just learn, go out there, learn and take experience. If an organization has a certain role, why not? And even when you join any organization, you should be always enthusiastic to take larger responsibility. Not every time your manager or your boss will come and tell you that, would you like to do this? The approach should be, sir, what else can I do? What else can I learn? What other work can you give me? That is probably give you a lot of exposure to what is it that you like over a period of time, whereon you can build your career. So, I mean, rather than being very choosy, very selective, take the opportunities that come your way. Also, if you want to be in the field of finance, I think now more or less in this generation, you have very stable families. Parents all have good money. I mean, we had to build our houses, we had to buy our first car. I think these days, when kids are born, there is always a beautiful house, a beautiful flat. Everything is in place, so it changes with generation. Learn to invest early. Do a little bit of financial management with your pocket money, with your fund. And even in your general investment, my advice to young people would be start early. Don't spend away all your money. At least you should have a SIP the moment you start making money, or even from your pocket money, because you can do a SIP with even 500 bucks. So the other thing is dabbling. I mean, there are so many online platforms. There are so many investment avenues. Try, invest. That will give you an exposure, and it will also help you to build your portfolios very early in life. So these are the two things I would like to say.
Ma'am, you have managed extensive branch networks and on-ground operations. For management students today, how important is it to gain field level experience in a world that is becoming increasingly digital?
Well, I think field level experience, moving out, traveling, meeting people definitely has loads of advantages. It completely changes your perspective the moment you move from one city to another city, the moment you move from one country to another country. Well, digitalization is important. I mean, globally, if you see, it's very easy for you to see today where somebody is staying in US. You will see through the map. What somebody is doing, you will get to know through the news. But when you meet people personally, when you experience the territories personally, it gives you a lot of perspective overall in terms of how you can run the show in future, how you can manage people well, what are the areas you can identify for the growth of the organization, what are the different new products that can be launched, what is the need of the hour, what is it that people are looking at. A lot of things can change, a lot of perspective can change when you actually go out and meet people. Also, demographics is different, every territory is different. So when you visit a territory, the requirement of one territory would be definitely different than the requirement of another territory. Your personal visits and personal knowledge and meeting people over there gives you a very good idea on what businesses will flourish in that particular territory, which probably, yes, digitalization would support, but the personal perspective will always help.
So basically, MBA is kind of giving us that exposure to have that on-field experience and learn.
Absolutely. I would say that, I mean, imagine I worked out of Mumbai just 1.5 years back. I mean, I took that opportunity at a later part. I mean, after almost 3 decades of work in 2023, that would, is when I decided that yes, why not? I mean, I worked in Baroda and taken care of Gujarat. I would like to go and see what life in Bombay is, what, because ultimately it is the financial headquarters. It is the capital as far as finance is concerned. So, I mean, I wanted that exposure. I wanted to work over there. I wanted to work in a different state. So I think that yearning always has to be there. And I would say, I keep talking to my friends that I still have a dream that one job one needs to do abroad and get that experience. So sometimes I tell my friends that I never got an opportunity to work abroad. So yes, I have always enjoyed traveling, being in different territories, understanding those territories, and I think it adds a lot to your perspective. So young MBAs, whether for projects or any opportunity, even in your career, I mean, if you get your placements outside in some different territories, please grab the opportunity. Go out there. Don't think too much. And even within your jobs, if you get good opportunities on mobility, that today you are working in Gujarat, that tomorrow you are posted at Bangalore or you are posted at Kolkata, don't feel scared about it. Go experience it. It will increase your perspective, and that's how you grow in your career also. That's how you become more capable. You become more resilient. You become more agile.
It's a good advice, ma'am. We should follow it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And it has helped me in my career.
Ma'am, now we will begin with session 3, which
Sure.
is leadership and personal growth. You have worked with people at different stages of their careers. How do you identify and nurture potential leaders within your teams?
A very good question. I think, first of all, I feel I have been extremely lucky to work with a very, very good team. Okay. It starts from the point of interview. Okay. It begins right there on selecting your team member. I have always looked for people who have had some goals, who have had some dreams, and who look very disciplined to me. I mean, my mother was a teacher, so I see that certain level of discipline in me. Even today, if she is staying with me and if I'm a little late for office, she panics more than I do that I have not left for. I tell her it's okay if I leave a little late today, you are here, but no. So it starts from identifying the team member. The first principle that I have is if I have recruited somebody, I need to nurture that person. Okay, because everybody doesn't come with all the qualities. I need certain things from an employee. So I need to nurture the employee, I need to train the employee and make sure that that person starts delivering what I want and the organization wants, because nobody is perfect. Many times I see today managers are very impatient. They expect that from day one the employee will start delivering whatever they have in their mind without even communicating well what you expect out of them. Okay. So the first thing is, I believe if I have recruited, I have to nurture and I have to like. It cannot happen that I like you in the interview and just in 2 months I will not like you. Okay. So that is my first individual principle which I tell my managers. Then I start assigning work, and many times we have to do a lot of other activities. Activities can be some employment engagement activities which happen within the office, or there can be a lot of professional events that we do, right? We do a lot of client seminars, I start assigning work to people. And I want to see their enthusiasm. Are they ready to take larger role? Are they ready to think beyond, out of the box? Are they ready to come up with some new ideas? Or they are very stereotyped? And I have seen that the moment you work with a team, the moment you, and I always believe in sharing everything with the team. So the opportunity is there for all. Okay. If I'm doing something, the opportunity is there for all. But there are some people who always have a spark, who always want to do more, who always want to deliver more than what is expected. Those are the people I identify as leaders. And I think I can say that during my career, most of my second line have been people who started working with me even at the level of receptionist and became divisional heads. Okay? People who would have joined in customer care and who have become heads, divisional heads, people who would have started as dealers, just sitting on the terminal and becoming managers. So I would say that yes, faith in the team, believe in them, and I'm sure people rise to the occasion and deliver.
Basically, your participative approach towards people had
Absolutely, absolutely. I love to work with the team. I mean, anything that comes on my table, and I'm telling you, any difficult time that comes your way, any difficult questions that come your way, many times as an individual you are thinking, you are puzzled, how will you solve this? But I have seen the moment you sit with the team, I mean, it just starts falling in place. I mean, as a team, you can do wonders. So that is something which this principle has always helped me. Yes.
Ma'am, in industries like financial services, performance is often measured in terms of numbers. So, how did you ensure that your team stay motivated just beyond targets and incentives?
So one, I feel that one person has to first enjoy coming to office. So I mean, when we were making branches, I always believed first of all in making nice, lovely branches, so that the workplace is good. People want to come over there first thing in the morning, because if you don't enjoy going to a workplace, if you don't like the location of the branch, if you don't enjoy the environment, then probably you don't want to do it first thing in the morning. So when we were building branches, one was make sure that everybody is happy coming to office. The second thing is that again, as a team, if you work on projects and if you are successful, that itself is the biggest motivator. I mean, if you decide to do something as a team, I mean, you can understand the euphoria when Team India wins. What do you need for motivation? That win itself is going to help them win the next match, because that was the euphoria you saw. So one is, when you work as a team and you start achieving results, that itself is the biggest motivator. Thirdly, I think employee engagement is a very important subject in the corporate world. Since I got an opportunity to attend one entire session on employee engagement when I was, with BNP Paribas at Portugal. And when I attended that entire event, I realized how much corporates think about this. A lot of corporates spend a lot of time on making sure that employee engagement is very important. And that is the principle that I also follow. So I kept on doing small things that would motivate my team. If somebody as far as Mehsana has done well, a small note will go, a handwritten note will go from my side, probably appreciating the person. I mean, today we have WhatsApp. We can do a lot of work on WhatsApp, appreciating people and motivating them. Rewards and recognition program is something on which I have always believed. So I would have my annual meets, irrespective of whether head office is doing it or not, but at regional level, to give awards to the people and motivate them, recognize them. And then even as a part of our job, we would come across a lot of contests. Whereas winners, we could travel abroad or, travel locally at some good destinations. So always motivated the team to achieve that, experience that. And I have seen that once somebody experiences something good in life, when somebody experiences a win, then the person is naturally motivated to do more. So as a leader, it is very important to, make sure that the skills of the person are nurtured. And it's like how there's a bird and you see an entire flower. So you make sure that the bird turns into a flower and probably spreads its fragrance. That's the way I look at
We now move on to a special segment, a mentor-mentee moment.
So ma'am, now we won't be asking you a question. We will play a video and the students would be directly asking you a few questions. And you can answer them whatever comes to you.
Respected ma'am, my name is Yana Namkarkar and my question is what differentiates a job ready MBA finance graduate from others and which technical and soft skills should we focus on? Thank you.
technical skills. I think these days in the world of AI, there's a lot of AI use that is going to happen with finance also. I think exposure to that would be good. How to use it to probably grow your business, to help your clients. Today in the world of digitalization, I think we don't have to teach you. Probably you guys would be ready to teach us on the technical skills part of it. Of course, when you are studying your subject, it is very important that you are thorough with the concepts. That's good. As far as the soft skills are concerned, I think the faculty gives a lot of opportunity to participate in a lot of things to actually pick up the soft skills. I would feel that in your student life, there are some people who do very active participation, and that is how learn a lot of things, right? Rather than a course teaching you soft skills, if you start participating in activities and if you are a very active student, I think those soft skills come to you very naturally. So, since it's a student asking a question and you all already have this opportunity, please make the most of that opportunity. That is what I say. Also, in terms of reading, there is a lot of material now available. We used to just have books, right? Not so much content was available online. Every student should spend their time on reading and increasing the knowledge. Sometimes I have seen people while away a lot of time with social media, not using social media in the right way. Okay, but in your student life, a lot of time can be spent on even getting knowledge online on various skill sets.
Respected ma'am, my name is Shrija Pushparajan and my question is how reliable is AI for trading and investment advice and will it change the finance jobs by replacing people or helping people?
Okay, Shrija, nice question. I think very, very apt in today's time. I think every industry has to decide how to use AI to make life better. How to use AI to probably help the clients. Uh, I would say, I mean, we've seen that era, as I said, that when discount brokers came in, people thought, what would full service brokers do? And we still have clients who want advice, who want to personally meet their relationship manager, who want to sit in front of them and talk. Similarly, while AI, yes, there are a lot of tools which can help clients in terms of uh, helping them restructure their portfolios, but I would say that there are a lot of products which are coming up, say structured products, AIFs, SIFs, which have a lot of specialized knowledge where the client wants to speak to the RM or wants to understand what strategies can be used, what is available. So yes, AI can be a very good support. I personally feel AI would be a lot of support in terms of servicing the clients because earlier there were a lot of call centers. So I'm sure AI would, I mean, replace many call centers or people who were physically trying to talk to the clients on their normal official queries, which are very stereotyped. But I think where it requires more of human intervention, more of human skills, more of specialized products, I still feel that we'll continue to do an important role. So yes, was there any other question also, Vijay? That is what she asked.
One, basically, we should have a amalgamation with AI. Just be a friend with AI.
I think that's what I would say. In fact, people have started teaching the relationship managers on how you can use AI better to improve service levels for the clients. That's the new trend. That is where RMs are getting trained today.
Ma'am, we now move to a quick and engaging segment, which is Advice Cat Ball.
Ma'am, you could pick up a few tips and you could naturally answer whatever naturally.
Sure. Okay. So the question is, how important is ethics when growth pressures are high? Very nice question. I'm very glad that somebody has asked this question. I think ethics, integrity, honesty, these are the basic foundations not only for any leader but for every organization. Early part of my career, we were groomed by bosses who always believed in ethics, who always believed in clients first, who always believed in doing what was right for the client. So though we've gone through a lot of ups and downs, when it came to taking the right or the wrong decision, we were always taught that come what may, because in my industry, anything going wrong leads to financial losses, which the company has to bear. You might be tempted to do something wrong, to say something wrong, to blame the client, but we were always taught that if it is something wrong that we have done at the organization level, at the RM level, we should definitely acknowledge it and make sure that we do what is right for the client. So I personally feel even at an individual level, you might be tempted while taking certain decisions, which would be good in the short term, but in long run, I can tell you the foundation of our careers or the organization is always being ethical, being honest, having a lot of integrity. Today at Mirae Asset Sharekhan also, what we believe in is client first. Do always what is right for the client. Any decision, your client needs to be the topmost person who comes to your mind. So I would definitely, I mean, like to tell all of you that ethics are the most important thing. We cannot give it up at any point in life. The other thing that I believe is that these are the things which your parents taught you, your school taught you, your university taught you. A lot of people who would have influenced in your life. You make them wrong if you don't follow ethics. I think in Hindi we use the word sanskar. So ethics is all about sanskar. I would say I would let my parents down and my teachers down and all the elderly people who would have taught me things in life down if ethics are not.
Actually, the bowl is in your court. You could pick up a few more tips.
Sure, I'll do that. How should young managers build credibility in their first leadership role? Okay, how to build credibility. So, probably, how did I build credibility? First thing is that you have to work yourself. You have to be you have to be somebody whom everybody wants to follow. You have to become an idol yourself. If I am the manager, if I am not disciplined, if I am not hardworking, if I am not taking the right decisions, nobody is going to take me seriously. Your team looks up to you. How you behave, how you conduct yourself, how hardworking you are, how positive you are, what kind of vision you've got. All these things influence a lot when you have people working around you. And I'm sure once you start working wholeheartedly on anything that you do, once you start working honestly on anything that you do, you build credibility. The other most important thing is teamwork. The moment you start involving the team, the moment you have an open communication, the moment you are talking to everybody in the team, and the team understands what you are doing, and you show transparency, that is another way of building credibility, because your team is always feeling safe with you. They are not feeling that there is any politics going on, because you are a transparent person, you are discussing everything, and that is when they start believing you as good leaders. One more? Yes. Few more, whatever you tell me. One habit that differentiates average managers from great leaders. I would not say there is only one habit. It cannot be only one habit that can differentiate average managers from great leaders. I think it is an amalgamation of quite a few things. Starting from, as I said, some of the points which I have already repeated. A lot of great leaders have been very disciplined people. I mean, they believe that they have to be leading a systematic life. Our own chairman focuses a lot and tells us that health is very important. Health comes first. So, the trait of making sure that as a leader, you are focusing on your health, your discipline. As I said, believing in team, working with the team, building a good team, believing in ethics, believing in being honest. So I would say that it is an amalgamation of lot of qualities. I would not say it's just one quality. That's what I believe. And you are, as I said, always in front of people. People should be able to look up to you. Your quality should be such that you are an example to others. People should feel proud of you.
As we come to the end of this conversation, what stand out is not just the length of experience, but the ability to navigate changes and take ownership.
Their journey reflects how careers are built through a combination of decisions, adaptability, and a deep understanding of both people as well as business. The perspective that truly highlights the importance of continuous improvement and staying ahead. As once Ratan Tata said that, I don't take right decisions, I take decisions and make them right.
Before we conclude, we would be grateful to hear your one final message for our MBA students, alumni network, and one word for us.
One word. I think the one word that I would like to tell all of you is believe. Okay? Believe in yourself. We all come from different backgrounds. Some people must be coming here from a small town. Some people must be coming from metros. Some people must be coming from very rich families. Some people must be coming from moderate families. The most important thing is believe you can do it. Believe that there are a lot of opportunities outside. Some people will get very good placement. Some people might feel left out at that point in time, that I didn't get a good placement. But believe there is a good placement available for you somewhere. Sometimes when you begin your career, You might feel that you did not get the right opportunity. Your boss did not recognize you. Still believe, continue to work hard. At some point in time, recognition and growth will definitely come your way. So that is my message to all of you young people, that believe in yourselves and life will definitely make sure that you achieve great results.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your time and such great experiences that you shared with us. This is me, Karishma Pandita,
and Jil Kachadia
signing off
from
from
Virasat
Virasat
Season
Season
2.0.
2.0.
Until next time, keep learning, keep building,
and
keep
keep
giving
giving
back.
back.